I've been hearing about the brand name Fountain Pen Revolution, so I decided to check them out, and I bought a new pen. Hey there, it's Grace. Welcome back. Welcome if you are new. Thank you so much for being right here for another Grace video. At the beginning of this year, I knew I wanted to wade into the bespoke pens water. You know, pens not made by brand names manufacturers. Those we know and we love, like Pilot and Sailor and Twisby and Monte Grappa, all of those. So for the last bunch of months, I want to say a bunch of months, I've been checking out different websites that offer bespoke pens, and so far, whenever I visit the website, what's on offer, I'm just not liking it. It's just not taking my fancy. It's not drawing my attention. And I know I can order a custom pen, but I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet. Eventually, I just started backing off, and I was actually checking like 3 or 4 times a week, and I got seriously frustrated at not finding a pen, something that spoke directly to me. Now, a few months ago, on the rabbit hole trail I was on, because we all are, really, we really are, Fountain Pen Revolution kept showing up in front of me, whether someone was showcasing it in front of me, or in a video, or talking about it in a community group. And at the time, what I was most interested in at the time that I saw them was a flex nib that really, really flexed. And that's because I'm kind of in the mood to take up calligraphy practice again. And so in my search, I saw the words Ultra Flex. And I stopped scrolling and I started looking in earnest. It was time then, after I looked at it and researched, it was time to do a test run. And I might have gotten a second pen whilst I was at it. Yeah, that. So, you may notice that they've already been unwrapped. And actually, I got a pen recently. Yes, I got another pen. And they came wrapped basically like this in the bubble wrap. I was doing 30 inks, and I knew that I wanted to use one of the pens for 30 inks, so I unwrapped it, and here they are. Here they are. I was intrigued by the wrapping, but you know, it's more about what's inside that matters, right? Okay, so about the pens. Fountain Pen Revolution. The company was founded by Kevin Thiemann. I want to say Thiemann is the name. And he discovered Indian-made pens whilst working in India. First, I'm going to show you one pen each time. I'm going to just talk about one pen at a time. This pen is the Himalaya V2 G2. So there, look, that is just, I'm liking, that's gorgeous in there. Love that. The pen, I think it's a very playful design. It features, what does it feature? It features I know what it features. It features chrome trim, and I want to say this is gold chrome trim, because the other one has proper chrome trim, but we'll get to that. Chrome trim, and it features this teardrop shape. Let me get really close. It features this teardrop shaped clip, and the clip is fairly stable. One of the things I noticed that the chrome trim has the band on the cap, but also this finial unscrews. Not sure why it unscrews, but it does. I'm okay with that. The finial is actually quite gorgeous. Just want to see. And the bottom, there's nothing happening on the bottom either, but I think the run of the whole acrylic, it's acrylic body, the run of the whole design throughout the pen, I think is actually quite nice. Let's get to how many turns it takes. Now, I've done this before and I was really surprised, and I'm thinking maybe it was a one-off. Well, let's see. Alrighty, let's do 1, 2. It is not coming off, y'all. That's almost 3. That's 2 and 3/4. 2 and 3/4 turns for this cap to come off. And does it feel like 2 and 3? Yeah, it does feel like 2 and 3/4 turns. It feels like a lot of turns. Let's go to the nib. The nib is a number 6 stainless steel, and it's two-toned. Really two-toned, and I actually got a broad nib. I didn't at the time have many broad nibs, and I wanted to write with broad nibs. I had a lot more fine than broads, and it is amazing that I have more fine because I am a medium nib person, tending towards the broad, but now I have some broad nibs. The nib also features, by the way, an ebonite feed. It features an ebonite feed. I need to read up about ebonite. I apologize, I do not know much about ebonite, but they showcase it on the site. The ebonite feed with the two-toned nib, which is kind of cool. The ebonite feed, what I'm reading, the ebonite feed, the feed is a little bit longer, smidge longer, that allows for more consistent ink flow. We will see. Another thing that it also features, which not a lot of pens feature, is its own in-house stand still at attention. It features its own screw top converter. Total screw top. Okay. Alrighty, we will, I want to get to the other one before I start inking things up. And the other one is it's obviously the first pen, the pen that I actually went to go for. We'll put that over there, stay right there. This pen is the Jaipur V2. The name of the acrylic is Glacier Light Blue Cracked Ice. I don't know that we needed all of that, but it aptly describes this resin, this acrylic. Look at that. Let me go real close so that you can see the goodness in there. And this one, as you can see right there, has ink in it already because as I said, I used it for November currently inked. That's a lie. I used it for November 30, inks 30 days. So it still has the ink in it, and I love writing with it. I just gotta say, gotta love writing with it. This one has chrome trim with the same teardropped clip, and the clip is basically the same. Is it bouncy? It is. It'll do well. This has also the single band. This finial does not unscrew. I don't know what the difference is. I haven't read anything that why this one doesn't and this one does. That's the way it is. This pen though is a piston filler, and it's designed with a blind cap. That's what they're calling it. A blind cap, and I won't twist it because it obviously got ink in it, and that's how the piston fills through this. You twist it and fill it with the blind cap. I think that's fascinating. And then they have a cap, the cap for the finial cap, I should say, to cover. It matches the body and the cap, the official pen's cap. It also features, before I do that, let's do how many turns. Is it the same thing? 1. I have to assume it's the 1 and a bit. I don't know why that surprised me. Yeah, 1 and a bit. Wow, totally different. This one takes almost 3. This one takes just under 2. A hair smidge under 2. So this cap, this nib also features the same ebonite feed, but I got this pen, and this is the reason why I got the pen. This pen is a stainless steel, it's called stainless steel Extra Ultra Flex Nib. That's what it's called. The Extra Ultra Flex Nib. See those cutouts there? And I want to say, and I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. you'll be able to see that the slit in the nib, goes, oh, see now, there you go. I've got ink on it. I've totally got ink on it. Who gets ink on the back of their hand? Me. Anyway, it features, let's get back to where we were. The slit that goes all the way down. Come on, focus. It goes all the way down. You see how it goes all the way down to the gripping area? What? And look at that ink. Look at that ink, y'all. That ink is gorgeous. Oh, and I'll tell you in a minute what the ink is. But it features, that is a freaking large window. Look how big that window is. I actually like that. I'm kind of a fan of that. But I've been writing with it for a couple of days already, and which is why I'm doing the video, getting to the unboxing. And so far, I'll tell you later so far what I think. Ha 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 ha. Alrighty. Because the nibs intrigued me, I decided to get two other nibs. Where's the other one? This one, I got a nib for, and a second nib for each pen. Let's get you guys in focus. This one is the same nib. So the Jaipur V2 features a nib unit. So I got a second nib unit, and this is a medium because I figure I'm gonna get tired of doing the flex all the time. So I'll have a medium nib to put in it. It's such a beauty. The two-tone is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And then the Himalaya does not feature a nib unit, but I got it, a two-tone fine nib to replace this one. Because this nib is broad, this nib is extra fine ultra flex, and so I got a fine nib to replace this broad, and we'll see how they go. You see, I had to label the bags. Can you see? I had to label the bags because you know when you get extra nibs and you don't know, I'm like, well, I don't know what that is. That's not. Anyway, let's get to some stats. First one I want to tell you about is the Himalaya V2 pen. Actually, I'm thinking it's the Himalaya V2 G2. Let me get the name correct. Himalaya V2 G2. The pen capped, the length is 5.2 inches, and that's about 134 millimeters. The posted length, oh, I didn't do that. Let me see how it feels. I always have to do this in my hand I'm not writing, just to see how everything feels, how my fingers feel, and it feels really, really light, almost like it's too light. And I'm wondering if this is a pen that I will have to post. And that post kind of securely, it feels so long now, but it feels properly weighted with the cap on. Yeah, and as I'm looking at it, the threads are almost imperceptible to the grip. You don't really notice the threads. See at the side there, there's not a step up with the threads. The grip itself is 0.4, which is the minimum for what my hand needs. That actually feels okay. I almost want the pen body itself to be slightly larger, but I think this nib is a number 6 nib, and it feels so much longer. That's interesting. Okay, so that's the Himalaya V2 G2 pen. Let's go to the other one. The Jaipur V2 is 5.5 inches in length, which is about 140 millimeters. The posted length, let's do this first. See, now that feels weightier. I don't know if it's because of the piston back here. That feels weightier, that I don't think I need to post this pen. I rarely post a pen, but especially only the shorty ones. Does it? I don't know if, I don't like that. I'm not doing it. If it does post, because it gives a posted length of 6.5 inches, and the grip diameter is the same as the Himalaya. The grip diameter is 0.4, and we get the same barely imperceptible step down here. I mean, there's no step down practically, and the threads are, it's very well threaded actually. There's no, you can't, it feels almost like it's a design part of the grip rather than the threads for the cap. Yeah, that feels good. I won't be posting this one, which is, isn't that fascinating? That's just fascinating. Okay, let's get to some comparisons, shall we? This tray is so dang dirty, but you know, it works. I'm actually gonna put these side by side in the middle. You can see that the Himalaya is, what, about 1/8 of an inch shorter than the Jaipur. Yeah, about 1/8 of an inch. And of course, I had to bring in one that looks like it. This feels like a heavy, this is the Jinhao 100. And I'm going to put that there. The Jinhao 100 looks very much like the Jaipur in terms of just the look of it with the band. Jinhao has that larger band, obviously, but the Jinhao is slightly smaller than this one. Is fairly long, which what did I say that length was? 5.5 inches. So yeah, we're in the almost 6 inches length here. The other one I want to compare it to is, I don't know why I love comparing pens to this. This is my Pilot Metropolitan. And this, oh wow, these are practically the same length. That's interesting, because I know this is on the shorter side of the pens I have, of the long pens. Not talking mini pens or pocket pens. This one's on the shorter side. And then I brought in something that I just think, in terms of inexpensive pens, this one is the Sailor Tuzu, and that one, yeah, that one's in the same, these three are in the same length. And then for, you know, because I like to bring in a TWSBI. TWSBIs to me are like a long standard pen, and here we go. TWSBI is actually longer than the Jaipur, ever so slightly longer than the Jaipur. Yeah, let's do uncapping and see how they rate. Alrighty, here we go. And that is interesting. These three still come up same length, even uncapped, which is interesting. Amazing to me, how these things go. Anyway, the thing that's interesting is this one still is definitely shorter. I'm gonna put the TWSBI next to it. Forget about the caps for now. The TWSBI next to it. You can see that the TWSBI still is definitely longer than the Jaipur. This one is coming up, in my head, it's coming up like a shorty, a long shorty. That's what I call them, long shorties, because they're long pens, but they're not as long as some of the others. Like another pen of mine is my Carolina, and I purposely didn't put any big pens in there. That is definitely a long pen. We're not talking about girthy pens, we're talking about nice and narrow things. That is interesting, that the Jaipur is not as long as the TWSBI, but definitely longer, ever so slightly, than the Jinhao 100. I love this comparison. And the nibs, if I look at the nibs, the Jaipur, the Himalaya and the Jaipur are definitely much longer nib lengths from here to here than any of the others. These two are the smallest, and then we have the Jinhao 100 coming in same length as the TWSBI, but these two are very long. I don't know if you can see it, but the length of those is very long. Okay, let's put this away. I am going to ink up the Himalayan, because this one's already inked up, and then we'll get to some writing samples. Alrighty, here we go. The two inks I am using, my regular Waterman Serenity Blue. That's the ink I generally use for unboxing pens at the first time. And the other ink that's actually in the Himalaya, no, the Jaipur, is the Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle. I got gifted this, and a bottle is on the way, because let me show you. You know what I want to do? I want to show you. This is the pen ink. Look at that gorgeousness. I cannot see there we go. There's look at all the shimmer in that. Look at all the shimmer there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to love that. So we will do the Himalaya first, and we will put this pen. Let me see if make sure she's writing. She might not be writing yet. Okay, she is all inked up and ready to go. See, it automatically feels like she should have wings on, and let's get there. Okay, this one is, do I want to write out all the thing? We are just gonna write Fountain Pen Revolution, and this is the it's a smooth writer. It's a bit tiny, a hair scratchy, but I'm okay with that. It's not heavy scratchy, but it is a broad nib, so it's not going to be as scratchy as probably a fine nib would be. And the ink, of course, is alrighty. Let's do some strokes. Let's just see how she do. That's not too bad. You see that there's a difference in the upstrokes and the sideways strokes, the full on down. Let's do some figure eights. And she's keeping up, which is good. That's good. How do you do with reverse? Oh, can't even spell reverse, I see. You're actually doing not too bad with reverse. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that the pen really showcases the broad nib. It's a nice writer with the broad nib. Kind of cool. And so far it's comfortable in the hand. In my Pearly Q, I really don't feel it. It's that lightweight. Let's do my pantograph. Okay, here we go. I must say, this nib glided across the page just now. What in the world? That was a really good writing experience. And I tell you, it's not scratchy, the nib. It's just a, you know, when I don't know if you've ever felt this, when a pencil hits a tablet and you get that writerly feel on the tablet they try to mimic. That's what that feels like, and that's what that sounds like. Okie dokie, let's get to some initial thoughts. Yeah, I really think I'm going to enjoy writing with this pen. So far, the experience has been, what did I say? The nib is very smooth and delish. This is interesting pen. I don't know. And the pen is really very inexpensive, so it'll fit a person new to pens budget, depending upon their budgets, by the way. So I think, yeah, it's worth a look at. It's worth a look at. Alrighty, we're gonna put this one over here, and we're gonna go with, this one. Now this one it does not have my regular ink in it, my regular pen unboxing ink in it. The pen actually has, as I said, Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle. I'm gonna shake this up a bit because Queen and Castle has beautiful bits of shimmer. Oh, gorgeous pinky things. and we're just going to start writing. And this one, I'm going to write normally with this one first, and then I'm going to flex that nib in a minute. So we have wow, did you see that? Oh my gosh. I love when I flexed it, the ink moved into, as I'm writing, ink moved into, and then you could see it flow up the stroke. That was wonderful. Okay. It's a tad bit more feedback coming from this pen. And let's do reverse. No, we don't like that. We don't like that at all. There's one thing I wanted to do. Oh, bum. I don't know. One of the things I did hear was, I was looking on a Reddit site, and it said, ebonite feeds are very high flow, which makes sense for this flex nib, and usually intended for faster writing with considerable flex. I'm going to test that out, not here right now, but I am going to test it out. Okay, pen grab time. Okay, about this one, there is a difference in the quickly. This pen, it's almost like this pen needs to flex. Here, it probably could have done some reflexing, so fast writing probably wasn't the best thing for this particular one. It worked wonderfully here. It needs the slower writing so that you, let me see if I can do that. Okay, it did a good job of flexing. I think I'm gonna have to practice with it, but it's a beautiful flex, beautiful nib. Absolutely, this is what I wanted. I've experimented with flex nibs, Omniflex and all these sort of nibs, and nothing has come close to the flex. That is gorgeous. Nothing has come close to that type of flex that I can do with this pen. I am kinda, yeah, okay. Let me do, I'm gonna write here, but I'll come back in a minute. Okay, so there it is. I'm just thinking, the flex is wonderful. The everyday writing with this, and it's the reason why I bought that second nib, because I actually like the pen. I love writing with the pen. The flex, I think I will be using this. I wanted to start calligraphy practice. This is the pen I will start using with calligraphy practice. So there we go. If I have to give some, let's do this way, because this is this and this is this. The overall look, it's a simple design, beautiful design. I love the, I wonder if I can get in there and just to see the crackle, that it really looks like crackled ice. I mean, they've done a really good job on that acrylic to show that uniqueness and the style. They're okay. They're okay. They're yeah. The pen impressions, the feel in my hand, both are comfortable. Both nibs do the job well. The Himalaya writes much, much better. I don't know if that's because it's a broad nib, and so the flow is a little bit better, but I don't know if this one doesn't write is because of the Flex Nib. It doesn't flow as a regular writing pen. This one, it's almost like this pen or nib is made to flex. That's it. And I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that. My initial writing experience with both is I'm liking it. I am liking having these in my collection. I'm excited about the pens. Yeah, I'm excited to have them. I really am excited. This is the one I was after, and I kind of added this one in there, and I like them. I think I like them both equally. Yeah, this is good. This is good. You did good. You did good. I'm okay with that. Thank you. Yeah.